Ow! Something bit me. Uh-oh. It's the gear bug. Hey everybody, David in with you. Thanks for tuning in. So a couple of weeks ago, I said something that was incredibly dangerous for any musician to say. I said it in my pedal board video, and it was not anything about single coil versus humbucker pickups, because that's sure to start a fight, no matter who you're talking to. I prefer single coil. Shh. But no, I said that I was content with my gear at the moment, and no sooner, I think, did the words leave my mouth than I started to think about, well, what else would be fun to have? What else could I use? And so I got to thinking, I'm listening to music and watching videos on YouTube, and just fooling around, and I've always kind of in the back of my head wanted a wah pedal, and I had one when I was younger. It was just a little cheap one though, and didn't work very well. I mean, I wanted a good, decent wah pedal, and so the gear bug bit me, and I started looking around, seeing what I could find, and sure enough, my friend DJ, the same guy who got me hooked on the Full Drive 2, he just happened to mention that he was thinking about selling his wah pedal because he never used it, and I told him, well, if you decide to go ahead and sell it, let me know, because I'll probably buy it off of you. Well, sure enough, that's exactly what happened. So I bought a wah pedal. Imagine that. So that's what today's gonna be about, talking about the wah pedal. First of all, I'll go through my gear real quick. I am playing a different guitar than normal today. This is my mid-1990s made in Mexico Fender Stratocaster, and this guitar is incredibly significant to me because it is the first electric guitar that I ever owned. I love this thing. I still, to this day, I love the sound of it. I love the way it plays, and on top of all the emotional significance and everything. The only thing that I've really ever done to it, I had to replace the nut. It cracked on me. But then I also replaced, as you can probably tell, the pick guard. This is a legitimate Fender custom shop pick guard. I found it in a music store just randomly. It's a two-tone silver. Not sure how well it comes across in the video, but it's got a flat silver backing with gloss silver drizzle over it. So it's just really cool looking. And the weird part too is it's actually metal. It is real metal. So if I turn my volume up here, you can hear me tapping on that thing. I have to be really careful about what I do. So I'm playing this today. I always forget to tell you what kind of amp I'm using. I'm playing through a Fender FM65R. It's my home amp, what I use right now. It's not top of the line or anything, but it works, it sounds good, I'm happy with it. So the pedal that I ended up getting was a Dunlop Crybaby, the classic GCB 95. I mean, this is the one that everybody has used. It's got the regular click on and off switch at the top. It's got a decent range to it. There are those that that are modified out there, or those that are special, and they have a wider range in their frequency modulation, or however it works. I don't know. But this one is the classic. It's the granddaddy of them all. It's the one that so many people have used throughout the decades. So I've been having some fun with it, and I thought today I'm going to share that with you, and we'll run over a few things and just have some fun. So, clean tone, or not so clean. Try that again. Clean tone. So then I just tap the top of it, click it on. You can hear it click, so you know that it works. And then back and forward. And it takes a little bit of getting used to. I'm still getting used to it because, I mean, you can tap your foot to the beat of the song and that'll work. But then, it works better if you can use it along with like your lead patterns and just your soloing to kind of emphasize certain parts and pull away at certain parts. So. And it's not just for lead too. I mean, it's really good for like if you want to play some, soul or funk music. One of the things more recently that jumps to mind just for using it as rhythm is Daft Punk's collaboration with Pharrell Williams and Nile Rodgers. Their album Random Access Memories had a couple of songs on it where Nile uses that, and just perfect. I mean, that guy knows how to use it right. But people associate the wah, especially with soloing. Immediately you hear wah-wah pedals and you start thinking about Hendrix and Slash, Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, some of the ones that I've mentioned before in other videos for different things. But and of course that works. I mean, you kick on a little bit of overdrive and so it's cool because you can have fun with that. But something that I've recently discovered is, depending, of course, obviously on the type of music that you're playing, it's not only good for soloing, it can be also good for ambient lead type of stuff. And what I mean by that is, if you go and like you listen to some of the current contemporary Christian type of stuff, they rely heavily on ambient lead. It's lead patterns and stuff that kind of sit in the background of the mix. It's there, and you definitely notice it if it's not there, but it's not something that that like immediately jumps out at you. So like you would be, you might hear something like, and it translates really, or I mean it modulates kind of slowly, so it might be something like. It's kind of cool. It gives it a nice texture to it that you wouldn't normally have. I mean, you could turn it off and still do that, But depending on the kind of sound and feel you want to go for the song, I mean, it just really adds a nice additional layer to it. So, again, just like I always say, it goes back to preference, goes back to what you want to do. There's no real right or wrong way to do that kind of stuff, unless it just outright doesn't fit the song and gives you a different feel than what you're going for. So, alright, so the fun part, we're going to jam a little bit. I'm going to start off just doing some soloing. I've recorded just a little small rhythm track in my looper to kind of play over with, and I'll do some solos with the wah and some overdrive options, and then I might try to noodle around a little bit with some ambient lead, again, just to kind of show you what it sounds like with a rhythm section as well, not just me telling you what it is. So let's have some fun. Okay, so there was some just fooling around, fooling around with some soloing on top of that, and you can kind of get an idea for it. One thing I will say real quick is, if you noticed, I kind of hung back in the bottom frequency of the wah pedal a little bit more than I probably normally would, but man, when that thing hits its high end, it's a little ear piercing. So that was kind of, I realized I was doing that about halfway through. But again, kind of like I was saying before, there's also the ambient lead stuff that I've just recently started to really kind of get a handle on. So I'm going to play around with that a little bit. Again, I've recorded something else to play along with, just so you can get a feel for how it can work. And this is by no means the end-all be-all of how to use a wah pedal. There's tons of stuff. I mean, guys out there, Tom Morello has used a wah pedal to create sounds that no human being ever thought a guitar could, except for him, I believe. So experiment with it, have fun with it, and let's just kind of see where this one goes. And just have some fun, I guess. Well, guys, that's it for this week. Thanks for joining me. Again, Crybaby Wah-Wah, phenomenal pedals, so much fun. And really, if you dig down and you start looking, you can find all kinds of creative uses for it. Okay, don't just think that it's it's strictly for that Slash or Jimi Hendrix style of scorching lead that just shreds. Because you can use it for that, but then you can also use it for the ambient leads. You can use it even for rhythm patterns to give emphasis and a different feel for the song. And you saw there at the end of the ambient stuff, I switched it off for a little bit just to kind of give you an idea of this is what it sounds like with, this is what it sounds like without. And either way can sound great, but it just depends on what you're going for. Find the feel that you want for your song. Find the sound that you like and roll with it. Have fun. Play. That's what you got to do, right? So thanks again for tuning in, and I appreciate all the support. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video with your friends. Tell me in the comment section, what you've done with a wah pedal, what kind you have. If you have a different one, there's variations on them. They have a Jimi Hendrix signature. They have a Slash signature, and I know that there's a ton of others. DoD has a DoD Dodd, however you want to call it. They have their own wah pedal for a while. Morley is another really well-known one for their wah and volume pedals. So tell me what you got, tell me what you play, and how you use it. And as always, keep practicing. Thanks.